Hello, adventurers. Welcome to our 2025 Gen Con review of everything Dungeons and Dragons that we all experienced at Gen Con. Today I'm joined with my fellow Dungeon Master, DM Evanson.
How you doing? Good to be here.
I'm joined with the dead Professor Scott, my fellow Dark Alchemist.
Hello, everybody. Slowly recovering.
And I'm joined with the mayor of Gen Con, or as we termed him, the mayor of Gen Con, because he was everywhere I saw, Leo.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for the invite, guys.
Anytime.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on the channel. So the first thing I want to talk about was favorite moments regarding Dungeons and Dragons at Gen Con 2025. And I will start off with a quick story. We were in the Union Hall, which is a train station from 1861. And we were kind of looking around, checking the area out, walked by a random room and they were playing D&D. And we said, hey, do you have any spots open? We didn't buy tickets for it, but we have some generic tickets. And the guy got us in. We sat down and we went into a wooded forest with a couple other players. The dead professor was there with me. And in the forest, our group is chilling out. We all have pre-generated characters, level 3. And a squirrel comes along and he says in a musical voice, "What are you doing in this forest? You're going to die. You've trespassed." And then the fight started. So all these creatures came out, magical squirrels shooting arrows, dinosaurs, pterodactyls, which are flying. So I was playing a thief, and my favorite moment was I ran up a tree and I hid, and I held my action until a pterodactyl or any enemy came towards a character, and I was going to shoot. So a pterodactyl flew towards the dead professor's character, who I think was maybe a warlock. He got in a base to base. So then the dungeon master, you remembered, okay, Roy, take your action. My thief did a sneak attack. First roll of the game, first roll of the con, dropped a 20.
Oh, nice.
Did like 32 points damage. And the dungeon master says, well, that arrow shoots out of the tree and just punches through one eye, comes out the other, and just drops this dinosaur bird at the dead professor's feet. And it felt really heroic, third level character. So that was a great moment. And there was terrain set up and painted miniatures and the whole table was covered. So, yeah, that was definitely a highlight for me.
Yeah, they had some great simple terrain. It was, forgot the name.
Monster Fight
Club. Monster Fight Club trees. They had some stuff. They had some cool tablecloths that covered the tables in a grass-like forest bottom. It was well done.
Yep. DM Evanson, a favorite moment at Gen Con?
Hard to put it down to one moment. I would say my favorite D&D moment was probably just picking up a D&D product, and that was at the auction. Okay. And that was when I saw against the cult of the reptile god, original printing and still in its raptor. One of my favorite modules that I love to run.
N1, Dave?
N1, yeah. I have the this is the reprint version. But I have it. The other versions, tucked away somewhere nice.
Tell us about your auction experience. The sit down, how it kind of went, what happened.
I kind of didn't know what to expect. I knew there was a few items that I would like to have seen. This was exactly one of them. There were a few others that actually came up when I was there. You walk in, it's $1 for a little thing, a number. Then you sit down and you
hold up the number like, 302, 302.
That's it. You just hold it up until you either win or lose or you back out,
So it was a little different than a traditional auction, right? You just held your number up and he just kept raising the price until everyone dropped out, right?
Yeah, unless you were like, if he starts at like $10, you're like 200. He went to 200, which one guy did with the board games. That's why I backed out, because I knew this guy was like, he had money to spare, because it was like 60, 80. He's like 200. And I was like, I'm with you. And he's like 300. I'm like, I'm still with it. And then he hit like 450. I was like, all right, I'm leaving.
That was for the Battlestar expansion?
Yeah, Battlestar Galactica expansion. That's out of print. But I was like, all right, you wanted it more. You could take it.
It sounds like you had a lot of fun participating in the auction, even if there was some things you didn't win.
Yeah, it was a good time. Everyone was friendly. And then if you got bored, you had the whole consignment table with thousands of board games and
so many
minis and some out of print D&D stuff, or stuff you could even use for D&D, such as the Game of Thrones minis and such. So it was really cool to see. Never seen that aspect of Gen Con, and this is my 5th year going. I've never actually been to the auction. So it was nice to see something new.
Cool. Professor, Scott, any
I
inkling?
gotta say, my favorite moment fits in with my my screen name. We were playing the Grim Hollow
Yeah.
D&D game, all right? And this was my character, Agonar, again, the Warlock. And I'd been hit, and we were first level playing in the final of the campaign, final session of the campaign. One person at our table was level 4, everyone else was level 1, and we were going toe to toe with the same things as all the other higher level groups. And he had chipped away at my hit points, and I was down to 3. He hit me for 11, and I went, I'm dead. And the DM's face was just like, huh? What do you mean you're dead? He's like, death saves. I'm like, no, I'm dead. I have 3 hit points. My max is 8. You did 11. I'm dead.
Yeah.
The DM was just like, what do I do?
That's in the rules. Now
Yep.
that DM did check with the tournament organizer or the event organizer and say, "Hey, we have groups sat down. They haven't played any of it. They're all level 1. Should I adjust?" And he said, "No. If they die, they die." Right?
Yeah. So this was Grim Hollow by Ghostfire Games. They ran a fantastic event.
Yes. Yeah.
And
It was number 4, particularly the epic, the battle of
We played scenario 4.
I think it was
Wallenstein.
Wallenstein, right?
Yeah.
And they did a great job. And then I was dead, so I went over to another table where they had something going on for the people who died. And I ended up with one of the few, apparently, transformations that have just entered their campaign world, and I became a lycanthrope.
So, what do you? So, as a
Cool.
Dungeon Dragon player and a tournament organizer yourself and running games, what did you think about the fact that you're dead, and they actually accounted for that? Okay, go over there, and you're not just twiddling your thumbs.
It was, I said, really well done, really well organized. They had a scenario in place for the groups that couldn't hold the wall and had to retreat. They had, we went through a whole puzzle game, which was again really well done. And there were I think they had 6 tables total, and I think in the end 4 of the tables had to retreat. And we fell back through the city, and you had to do things in the puzzle to survive and get out. And then kind of everyone regrouped for the final.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
That was a good game.
My second favorite.
Leo, best experience Dungeons and Dragons related game? Anything that happened? Anybody you met?
I'm like Dave right now. It was a lot of things going on, but one of the things that I can take is I get to talk to Chris Perkins. And we didn't talk about Secret, but we get to talk a little bit, and it was really nice talking to him. And then I get to play the game of the Amphibious Goo, The Hole in the Ground.
Yeah.
And in that one, I was playing with my son, and he got mad at me because as we reach into the end, I decided to confront a giant spider.
Okay.
We killed the spider. And I decided to get the head of the spider and drink the poison coming out of the head of the spider.
Why?
Knowing that I was going to die. And seriously, I'm dead. He was so mad at me. He said, why you kill your character? And I said to my son, this is the time that you can do crazy stuff. It's not your main character. This is where you can go all out with this character.
Yeah.
But I was able to come back. I was able to come back as a ghost, and it was really good. I mean, at the end, we all got certificates of completion because it was like a whole graduation kind of going through the game scenario. And I like that whole idea where you see 2 DMs, where one is more DMing and Luke was more like a narrating of the whole game. So it was a nice experience because you can hear 2 voices telling the story as you go along.
I like that.
Yeah. So I have done that.
Yeah, the professor and I have a double dungeon master session where one I will handle the playing, and then the professor goes around the table, helps with the rules, and also gives some suggestions to people. So if you have 2 dungeon masters, it can work like that. So the picture we have up here, we have your son playing, we have Luke Gygax and the Gooey team, right? And this was a Gooey Cube event.
No,
this was a
Gygax event.
This is a Gygax event. Okay. But the terrain, the terrain here, they obviously went out of their way to have some good terrain. And at Gen Con, we have various levels of terrain and interaction. So we're going to go through each of us, Dave, Scott, Leo. So for me, I like to have terrain on the board. I like to have painted miniatures. And you can actually turn the game into a tactical miniatures game too. But every single time you play, it's a different tactical miniatures game, as well as having the theater of the mind and the story. So, Dave, how do you feel about miniatures on the table, terrain, or when to use theater of the mind? What's your take on that?
For a con, something like this, I want to see stuff. You know what I mean? I want to see terrain. I want to see some bad guy miniatures, whether it's monsters or not. But yeah, I like the visuals. It's nice, especially for this. It's like go a little extra. That setup was beautiful. I understand not everybody could do that, especially entry level. It may not be necessary, but I think it helps. It helps grab. They push that person who's on the edge of do I want to play or not, and they go, oh wow, this is what it could be. It's more than just drawing lines, and I think that could improve the game a lot. So. That's but I understand you also gotta lug all that stuff around, but we're all gonna make sacrifices. So.
Well, if you're paying for a premium game,
I don't think it needs to be necessarily premium to do that, to do a little extra effort. It's just on the DM's part on that, because you can't expect the place to supply everything. So
we ran a game along on Tabletop 2 years ago, and last year Dungeons and Dragons, and we had a one-shot scenario. It was a food festival, and there was only basically 3 scenes. It was the town, nice and simple, a couple little huts and stuff down, tents. Scene 2 was going through a town, 2 buildings, and the buildings can move, and you're running down the street. Last scene was in a building, and it was one of the same buildings that was in the town. And people seemed to, when they sat down, they really liked it. They were like, oh my God, there's miniatures. I picked the right table. Leo, what do you like to see on a table? What do you think about miniatures, or do you prefer theater of the mind?
For me, I can play. It doesn't matter, but my wife and my son, they got me into bringing minis. So when I run games at the store, I like to bring like a lot of terrains, a lot of minis. I like to do this big, like they were saying, this big wow effect. So like that, you get the players more into it. But pretty much like I did a game in a previous convention. I did with Penny, and she did just, it was just a drawing on a piece of paper, and she was using the little pawns from like a chess game. And it was so amazing that I was telling my wife, wow, I love this game. She keep everybody into their seats and everything. It was so exciting. Yeah. But again, it depends, like, it depends, like if, like for me, I feel it's easy when I bring the minis and the terrain, because it keeps the players more into what they're seeing, their surrounding, instead of just imagine the theater of the mind. And for me, works better that way.
Yeah, and maybe not every single scene, but like the major scenes, maybe, and then theater of the mind and go in. What about you, Professor? What are you thinking?
I mean, we've talked about this. I feel like we've gotten to the point where, as a group, our D&D group is incredibly spoiled. I mean, DM Dave has done some truly elaborate maps with rip-away sections and collapsing floors. But even on a daily basis, we have either the projector on the table with terrain on top of it and fully painted minis. I mean, if you want to pull up the other camera, Roy, I mean, this is what's sitting on my table right now.
Let us see.
So, I mean, this is what's sitting on our game table right now, is just painted minis till the end of time that I have yet to organize.
I'm trying to make that. There we go.
So, I mean, this is... Yeah, they're not, museum quality paint jobs, but there's paint on all of them. And we have terrain the same way.
That's it? Where's the rest of them?
Well, they're all in the closet. I mean, we have a game room that we play.
We're having a little behind the scenes of the Professor's game room that is actually inside his garage at an undisclosed location in the Fortress of Solitude.
So, that all spoils us, so that when we go to a con, we didn't pay for any, $100 plus games, but we paid some premium games that were $30 or $40. And for us to get there for a $30 or $40 game and it to be a white erase board and dice as minis was like,
Yeah.
we play with more than that at home, and we want to amp it up when we go to a con. So for me,
and since we print miniatures, we almost want to say, hey, can we print how many monsters? You need 100 monsters? Let's get that done. Let's get it to you.
I really want to reach out to Grim Hollow because they had absolutely stunning maps printed and everything.
Yeah.
But they didn't have painted minis. Now they had minis, which was great. They had minis for all their monsters and everything.
Yeah.
And if we had known more, we all would have brought character minis. We could have brought a case of 20 minis.
Yeah, I would have brought a little case of my guys and stuff, right? I
it was
think that.
It was a little bit of exploring as far as doing the D&D and
for us,
especially that in Epic. We didn't really know what to expect. So yeah, it was a little bit of a learning experience. But I kind of wish they would elaborate a little bit more in descriptions in that regard. Hey, we provide or they expect this or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So one of the purchases I made, speaking of maps and minis, was One Shot Wonders, over 100 adventures for fantasy or role-playing games. And we'll probably jump more into reviewing actually what we have another day. This is more just a general overview, favorite game, favorite purchases. So the One Shot Wonders is 100 adventures, and each one's about 2 pages. The book's about 200 pages long. It's a great book. And what made this purchase worthwhile is it came with, well, I don't want to say it came with. I had to buy the upgraded version, which was twice the price, right? Came with 100 maps. And when you bought those 100 maps in this big box, it came with the digital code for 100 maps that you can now download and we can use for the projector, or you can use it on Tabletop, Foundry, or whatever you're using online. So I thought that was a great deal. This is one of my favorite purchases. Is at different locations. My one complaint about this book, and we'll get more when we do the review, is each adventure is 2 pages, and it's good, but the Dungeon Master has to do more work. I wish each adventure was 4 pages or 5, less adventures, but it was more fleshed out. Everybody has one line to say. It lists the monsters, and it lists 5 steps for each adventure of the order, like this should happen, this should happen, this should happen, but it doesn't really fill it in. It's like they have to sneak into the warehouse, and that's it. It's up to the Dungeon Master to be like, well, how do they sneak in the warehouse? I have a warehouse map, and it says there's some thugs there, but I have to decide everything else, where they're located, if there's traps.
So they're not level based. They're all terrain based, right? I think when we looked at the book, it was like these are forest encounters. These are plains encounters, but they're not level based. So they're like there is a suggested level, and this is actually cool. So if they suggest level 9, it'd be like, oh, it's a red dragon, and it says it has a down arrow. It could be like, to make it easier, it's a wormling. To make it tougher, it's an adult red dragon with a tribe of kobolds helping them. So you can adjust it that way, but you kind of have to know.
Yeah. So that was one. Professor, did you have a favorite purchase?
I haven't gotten to open it yet, but it is definitely gonna be my favorite. We're gonna do an unboxing of this bad boy. This is about 12 pounds of product from Gooey Cube. It is did you weigh it? It actually aired out my little scale.
That's funny.
That's why I know it's over 11 pounds, because it aired out my little scale. But yeah, so this is an entire city in a box, and I'm very much looking forward to doing a unboxing of this, which is what we're going to do in the coming week.
I wish I saw that.
Why it's still sealed.
I can't believe I didn't see that.
Tell us about the Gooey Cube guy, Professor.
So we
walked
wandered into the booth. Yeah, we wandered into the booth not knowing anything about Gooey Cube, other than Leo went to the Gooey Cube party on Friday night, I think. We wandered into the booth, and
let me interrupt right now. We did mention Leo, and he said, of course I know Leo. He is the mayor of Gen Con. Or I say he's the mayor of Gen Con. And you can find Leo on Facebook under his name. How do you say your last name, Leo?
You can find me at G-Rod, Leo G-Rod, Facebook.
Leo G-Rod on Facebook. And they spoke. They're like, oh, we love Leo. He's awesome. But we had just met this guy for the first time. So go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, so I mean, well, we had talked to one of the other guys at the booth for a little while, and he, kind of piqued our interest, and we were looking around, and we were like, we're gonna go, we'll check it out. We're gonna keep looking. And I walked around the corner, and there is Alphinius, and he is explaining the city to another customer, and I'm watching, and I'm like, he's not even talking to me, and he sold me. And I watched him do the whole presentation, and he, named the price, and it's not cheap. It's a huge box. It retails for over $200.
Yep.
They had it discounted, and he was throwing other stuff in. And he's talking to the other guy, and the other guy's like, I really appreciate it. I'm gonna look around. And I was like, well, he's not buying it, but I am, and that's how we met basically. And he introduced himself as Alphinius, and we talked about Leo. And he was just a fantastic guy. We talked to him about the industry. We talked to him about what he used to do for a profession before he got involved in this. So we're going to reach out to him, and hopefully we'll be able to get an interview set up with Alphinius, because he seems like a super interesting character from everything we met about him.
And one thing I do remember about the purchase you made, they have pictures of all the characters. Now, DM Evanson had bought the Curse of Strahd upgraded pack and have pictures of all the people in there, and it's nice to see. They kind of did the same thing, over like 200 portraits of people who work there as characters, and so you really have the feel of the characters.
Yeah, yep. And then the other product I got from them that I got thrown in is their forest, the Mornwood, which again is a whole forest described out. And again, we'll do an unboxing, but if you can see on the edge, their books are all spiral bound.
Okay.
And that to me is huge. When you're behind the Dungeon Master screen and you've got this big book in your laptop and a tablet, you just don't have the space, and a spiral bound makes it so much more convenient that you can fold it back, flip it over, look at the sides. So that was another huge sell to me, is that was a great publishing tip from them.
Nice. Leo, any good purchases over there?
So yeah, I grabbed this. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Just bring it back a little bit towards your face.
The Daggerheart.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got the Daggerheart? Okay.
Yeah, the starter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Starter set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little similar to D&D. Daggerheart's a whole other thing. We're focusing on D&D, but tell us, did you have any Daggerheart experience? Did you do a play test? Just pick.
Yeah, I actually played test. Was selected to play test early. I was like maybe like 3 to 5 years ago, before it came out.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they sent me the whole NDA and the whole thing.
Can you talk about it now? Are you clear?
I think it was only 3 characters that we tested out. It was like I believe it was the frog. The one that I remember, because it was so many years ago, I think it was the frog. Something like that. It looks like an amphibious.
The
yeah, but it changed a lot. I mean, the game from where it was to now, it changed completely. And actually, one of my friends was telling me that I should get it to test it out. To this day, I didn't even play the final product. I didn't play it yet. I just pick up the box and just waiting to see when I can be able to play or read about it. Yeah. I did get some other purchase. I got the alternate cover. I call it book, so I got the alternate cover for the 2024 the dungeon guy and the dungeon players, handbook players. The alternate cover, and I did some signings. I took the advantage to to go to Margaret Ways and get some books signed by her.
Cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. That's cool.
So are you an avid reader? Do you enjoy in addition to being a dungeon master yourself, do you enjoy reading different books, even if you might not necessarily run them? Would you read Daggerheart? Would you buy an adventure or a book just to read the story?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I don't believe like to be just to one game or one product at all. I guess to be a good DM, you just need to soak in all this great information and just come out with whatever you want to do in your story.
I think we're all huge scavengers. We pull little bits from every game we've ever played.
Yeah.
You know, we may find a system in a game completely unrelated to Dungeons and Dragons that we figure out how to incorporate. DM Roy picked up a dice game.
Yeah. I don't have a picture of it. Yeah, right.
Completely unrelated to Dungeons and Dragons, but we sat and played it, and we said, "Oh, this is a perfect tavern game for D&D." And now we'll roll that into the D&D game, and that'll become the tavern game that some region plays.
It's a dice game. It's Pirates, Liars, Dice. So everybody has dice, and you roll hidden, and then you have to guess how many dice are among the players. And there's some rules to that.
It's just a modification of Liar's Dice, but it just plays super smooth.
But you could just everybody could pull it out, and I've done it once before. I've made up some rules, but I like the fact that I can pull this out and throw it into like a tavern setting. And hey, you know what? Maybe you roll the dice, and one of the play characters calls the guy a liar, and he doesn't like it, and the story goes a different way. And then the fight started, right? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
No, I like that. I mean, Leo's right. You gotta expand your horizons. It helps you as a GM. It's good.
DM Evanson, I know you made at least one purchase. Because I feel like the back of Scott's pickup truck we drove when you were done putting stuff in it, and I was a little guilty myself. I feel like the back of the pickup kind of like sunk a little bit. Like
I think the gas mileage
kettle going on there.
I think the gas mileage on the way home was not that great.
Yeah. So, favorite product, David?
I mean, I'm still reading stuff, but I don't have the mats, but I found some nice rubber mats that are like 3x3 or so, and they're like random. Like, here's a tavern, here's like an empty castle, here's a keep, just for like, hey, I need a quick thing, you can roll it up, throw it out. That was nice. I picked up a Coliseum mat as well. It was like for a different game, but it was like an awesome Coliseum map. It was huge. I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Lots of books. I got like some random extra.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Nice.
The Tome of Treasures.
Nice.
Wondrous Items. Then I got the Dungeons of Drakeheim set. The Grim Hollow Bestiary Masters for more than players.
I have the Grim Hollow Bestiary. I'm looking forward to more monsters.
And then I got a bunch of other systems. I got Star Trek Adventures, which I'm already running a game for. Nice. Vampire the Masquerade and Shadow Dark. So all stuff I'm gonna just fun to read. Stuff I've played in the past, but I haven't played show these off newer stuff.
These were super easy finds. This is a dice tray that
beautiful.
Oh wow!
Published. This is a Larry Elmore masterwork. And then it just folds together and snaps up, and
I feel like the quality was good too, right? It had a good feel to it.
They're really nice. And then this one is Jeff Easley, a classic
the
Magister
Mad
photo.
Mage.
That was the Magister cover from Forgotten Realms, like FR4 or something like that.
I have that.
Yeah,
I had that too.
Snapped together.
Looked very nice.
Yeah, so these were really nice.
Who was selling that?
Wizards. We wandered by the Wizards booth. And he only had these two left. There was one more that was that Parkinson, the other cover, Roy?
Yeah, Parkinson.
It was the Parkinson.
It was Errol. It was the original one from first edition.
That's right. It was the red box cover, right?
The red box cover, yeah.
So
it's the original one, which I would have picked up that one. I like that one.
Yeah, and then I picked up two classics as well from replacing things that I lost in my previous collection.
Oh, that's cool.
I picked up C2 and A3 to start replenishing my collection of older things that I lost over the years.
Yeah. I have a lot of the older books. So I'm going through them. Leo, do you have to go, Leo?
He's holding something. No, he's holding something up.
No, I forgot that I also picked up the some books too. I got the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Those books are perfect for people that just want to read and you don't want to play the game, because there's just the pictures alone. They have like a full map of like the Dungeon Kingdom of like the Dwarven Kingdom, and it's like you get to see the whole like layout of a Dwarven Kingdom. You don't normally get to see that,
Leo, is that the art role playing books?
I have these are all the adventure ones. I picked up 3.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Okay. I picked up 3. This is like actually for 5e.
Yep.
Oh, no way. 5e Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. So not too long ago, maybe maybe 6 months, 7 months, my wife gave me the core rule book.
Yeah.
And my son and my wife, they be wanting me to be running a Lords of the Ring game.
Yes.
And thanks to people that I met in another convention, they actually give me a wizard mini with the sword and a staff exactly painted like Gandalf.
Nice.
And I be wanting to run that game. And then this is the other one.
Okay.
And then also I pick up a book from Jim Sup. That it was actually pretty good, and a few of the comic books. The Conan #1 signed by him.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow, cool. Yeah, I like the Conan stuff. I started reading some of the anthologies, not the the books. They pack them in because the older books are hard to get. But Leo, how many steps did you do? Did you do a lot of walking?
Woo! Yes. I feel like the same thing. D.N. Evans, I was like going up and down, going back to the room, dropping some stuff. Then it was concerned because of the carrying. We were flying. I don't want to overdo it buying stuff.
Yeah. I think we did 15 to 18,000 steps a day average. DM Evans said favorite food. Any good food over there?
I didn't really eat much. Some of the food out in the what do you call that?
Food truck.
Block party
area?
block
Oh,
party stuff. I grabbed some stuff there. I grabbed some good breakfast there. They had like a little sausage egg on a croissant. That was pretty good. That was close to home. As close to home as you can get. But yeah, I didn't really eat anything too crazy. I mean, I guess the hibachi place wasn't too bad. That was the first time I ate there. That was around the corner.
Professor, favorite food over there?
No, we were constantly on the move. We didn't sit and eat a whole lot. I mean, we went to the social cantina, which was some good tacos.
The one food truck we had, it was brisket with French fries.
Oh yeah, the brisket burrito, I guess it was, right?
Brisket burrito. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that. Yeah. Leo, you have a favorite food? Did you have any good food or snacks?
We ended up going outside the actual Gen Con. Again, my wife, my son, they're picky eaters, so we went to a few places. They were okay. A kind of long distance to go. Like if you want to try something different. I mean, very close. You had the pizzeria, and then you had some Italian restaurants. But like if you want to try something different, like we don't eat here in New York, something different. Then you might have to try somewhere else, like a 20-minute drive or something like that.
We're completely spoiled. We have everything here, so it's hard to go away and find something new.
Yeah, the one thing I did try, I finally had the noodles, the
famous noodles.
The infamous noodle truck.
Yeah, the noodle truck that has usually a 40-minute line, but they're really fast. So how they turn out people, but it was okay. It was good. It wasn't hyped up as I thought it was, but it was good.
Let's close it off with a favorite non-Dungeons & Dragons game. I'll start. Picked up a buzzer shot. Picked up Cults and Cthulhu. That's a little dice and card game where you're a cultist and you have to get 21 points.
Caught that one out of the corner of my eye. It's
Like, Professor Sora. We sat down. We played it. A friend. We actually were leaving, so we have a friend pick it up. It's in transit. I did pick up the Pirates Dice game. I enjoyed that. And I picked up, it's a D&D game. The Builders of Baldur's Gate preview copy. So Dave's sending me the picture of the Cultist of Cthulhu, but I have to download and stuff. I guess I could probably share my screen a second. Let's see. Share screen. Let's see if we have the Facebook. Here we go. We can share this. Dave shared this. Cultist and Cthulhu, 2nd edition. So this is a cool little game where you have to summon. You have to complete rituals to summon Cthulhu. 21 points wins. 25 minutes to play. Done. So.
I was explaining this one to my wife, and I was like, "Yeah, so you're a cult leader, and you've got to complete rituals, and sometimes you go crazy and you lose your cult leader." And she's just looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" I was like,
I guess when you're a gamer, there's some weird stuff. So I did pick up the Builders of Baldur's Gate, a preview copy. It's not being fully released until August 28th, I believe. So we're going to try to get that up this week, very soon. Do a little playthrough and a little unboxing. You're a lord, and you're building the buildings in the D&D world of Baldur's Gate. So, Professor, favorite non-D&D games you bought, or games you played?
Non-D&D games we played. Honestly, I had a blast playing Alpha Strike.
Yep,
For
we're getting into
BattleTech.
BattleTech.
We've been starting to play a little bit of BattleTech, but we did a demo of Alpha Strike, and we kind of knew the rules, but having somebody there to ask questions to was great. I think my best non-D&D purchase is probably these guys. I picked
the
some
paints.
Yeah. I was buying
Monument
a
Paints Pro
handful,
Acrylic.
and then I was just like, I'm just gonna go for the full set. Monument Hobbies Pro Acrylic paints, and then some Turbo Dork paints for those special colors, so we can get painting some more models.
Yeah,
cool. Leo, non-D&D games, favorite game you played or purchased?
I played the funny one, Hack Masters. I think I sent you a photo there. It's this one is 5. Well, they call it 5 edition. I think it's the 3rd one in there. I had the old one. It's very goofy, kind of D&D style. I
kind of like Munchkin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's similar to that. I didn't play the whole scenario. I get to play it was 30 minutes or so, but it was kind of good. They had new rules. It was funny. I think it's very goofy and you enjoy, you laugh. It's fun. It's fun. Even the way they paint it and they do the minis. Yep. It's fun. Yep.
Yeah.
I had the old version of it. It's actually
that picture. Yeah. That picture looks very familiar. It's a copy of
another of
it's Fran Facetta, what's it called it?
It's like
the Dead Dealer.
Dead Dealer.
Yeah.
Dead Dealer style. But don't you cannot say that. But no, it is.
Okay.
It is.
It's inspired. It's inspired.
It's just joking around.
Inspired by,
Yeah. And then they did the one that I have is the older version. They did the one with the red cover, the Fran Messer edition with the red box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
it's funny. It's fun. Sometimes I like to dig into that to get ideas to throw off my players.
Sure.
I like it. That's awesome.
That's like Dave running N1 for us in 5th edition.
Yeah.
A complete rewrite. Yeah. So original N1 Adventure 1st edition, and then change for 5th edition.
Yep.
With a lot of work changing it over, I imagine. But it's definitely worth it. DM Evanson, favorite I know you have a few. Favorite non-D&D game you played or non-D&D purchase?
Favorite's hard to say. I picked up a lot of games that were out that weren't necessarily you could play test, so I have to play them still. I picked up a baseball management team. It's in an old early 1900s. You basically running multiple baseball teams up to 8 players. I bought that. I bought Worms Reloaded. Well, it was not Reloaded, but Worms, the board game.
Worms.
I played test that. That was kind of fun.
Looks like Worms has some cool miniatures.
Yeah, it's very silly. It's very chaotic, and that was fun. I got a lot of mini games. I got Vegas Strip. I got Sail. I got those are just small 15, 20-minute games. Yeah. Sail's a 2-player game, so it's just it's a good in between waiting for someone show up. And then really just a bunch of other RPGs. A lot of books from the author alley. I probably bought 10 or 12 books from them.
We missed it. Our hotel was farther away, and we didn't want to stay too late. But you still played it, Blood on the Clock Tower.
Oh yes, Blood on the Clock Tower was probably the favorite game I played. That wasn't D&D related. Social deduction game. We had 11 or 12 people in our pod. There was 6 of us together, and then the rest were all randoms. It was a good time. I didn't know what to expect. I've seen it played on YouTube by actors and such with a high budget and fancy cameras, but seeing it done like pod next to pod next to pod throughout the hallway,
That's
it was
that's like a werewolf, right?
yeah,
It's a super advanced version of werewolf.
yeah. Basically, the person running it was like, I used to run Werewolf and Mafia, and once this came out, those games are dead to me. This is so much better.
The final evolution of social deduction games.
And even playing next to each other, where there was pods and pods right in the hallway, it was easy to hear each other. It was easy to communicate. I was very surprised.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah.
I became the evil guy, the poisoner. My job was basically to point at somebody, and they would lose their ability, and they would not know that. So if they were to get information, they would get wrong information. And I used that to my advantage and orchestrated evil's victory.
Nice.
So
it sounds like a game I would like.
I think you really would. It seems a little bit weird to visualize, but it's a great social game, great for parties. Pretty simple. You just got to have someone run it, and that person's got to be on their toes. But yeah, excellent job.
You can find DM Evanson on Instagram at DM_EVENSEN Evanson. DM Evanson, final thoughts going back to Gen Con next year?
Already counting down the days.
All right. The Dead Professor and myself, you can follow us on at Dark Alchemy LTD, Dark Alchemy Limited on Instagram. And if you're hearing us on YouTube, you know where to find us. We're also on Podbean doing our little podcast. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel. Professor, are we going back to Gen Con next year?
Not planning on missing it.
Okay.
Leo, is that how many Gen Cons have you been to?
This one is after many years. This one will be with my family, the first one.
Wow.
The first one with my family, yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's special.
Cool. Leo, you can find on Facebook. Leo, going back next year?
Hopefully, yes. We got some other plans. We're planning to do my wife wanted to try the D&D at the castle.
Sure.
And then we have a few trips going on, but hopefully we're going to be able to go. Hopefully.
Yeah,
sure.
I think it's a good time. Well, thank you for joining us. We're looking forward in the future, Leo, to maybe doing a one shot with you, even as a player or as you as a player with Evanson running it. We have a lot of new content. To play. We got these one shots, we got these different realms. So we'll definitely reach out to you. Thank you for being on the channel today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me, guys. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
And this will be our Sunday morning show. We'll post it then. And we'd love to have you back on after you've done another adventure, whether it's in a castle or run something. Let us know, and we'd love to hear about your experiences. You've been awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Until next time, keep adventuring, keep playing D&D, and thank you for watching. Everybody have a good night.
Good night.
Hear that?